Now, as far as I can remember, when we were little boys and girls, we never went walking around by ourselves. But if my memory serves me correct, I remember a little girl, cute to say the least, walking around aimlessly, and nobody knew where she was going or where she was coming from. Now, this little girl, she knew she needed to be somewhere. Just wasn't quite sure where that well was at. Nevertheless, that never stopped her. That girl's name, hell, we'll just call her Brownie Locks. Now, Brownie Locks, she would walk to and from, back and forth, uphill, downhill, sometimes uphill both ways. And that still didn't stop her. One day she got out and she decided she was gonna walk up a curb, down a curb, and maybe just have a little seat at a park bench. Everybody's seen her at this park bench. She really enjoyed this park bench. Matter of fact, she went to this park bench quite a bit. Me, I don't really like park benches. You never know who left something behind. That little girl, she got quite annoyed with that park bench and decided this was not going to be the spot to stop. Well, this little girl, she came to a hill. She decided she'd take her time down the hill, kind of walk aimlessly, slowly, carefully. Once she got past that hill, she came to a fence and walked around the fence aimlessly, fastly, and quickly. Quite concerned about where she might finally end up. Now, as time passed, this girl got a little tired. She thought maybe it was time to find somewhere to lay down. So she searched, and she searched, and then she searched some more. Well, eventually she came across this metal platform. It was kind of fun to jump on and bounce and carry on. Maybe a little two-step dance action. But then, all in all, she still didn't have a place to sleep. So she continued to search and walk. She thinks she found something that might be kind of interesting. A house. Better yet, a condo. So she slowly walked up to it. Once she found out what she was looking for, she started to run towards it with a smile, because she knew she was about to find some sleep. She came up to a door, peeked inside, didn't notice anybody around, and she thought, hell, no one cares if I go in there, so I'll just go in there. She walked in, looked around. Nobody was there to be seen. So she checked out the back rooms, tried to figure out if there was a bed she might be able to lay up on. So the first bed she found, she crawled up and laid on it. But she wasn't too sure about this bed. This bed was just a little bit too soft, and she could tell immediately. So she showed her disgust immediately. After that, she figured she'd leave. This was not going to work. She needed to find a bed that was right for her. After all, she was a little girl. So she came to a second bed, and she climbed up on top, played around a little bit to kind of get the feel for the bed. You can't just lay up on a bed without getting a feel for it. And she decided that this bed was too hard. She could not sleep on this hard bed. So she left. She then found a third bed. This bed was promising, though. It was hard to get up on, yeah. It may take 1 or 2 tries, yeah. But the work it took to get up there wasn't even comparable to the delight that she would endure once she got up there. Oh, she loved that bed. That bed was perfect. Eventually, she fell asleep, deep asleep, so deep that her head moved sometimes in her sleep. Eventually, she got done sleeping, so she left. She thought, it's time to go. I need to continue my walk. So she did so and left quietly without shutting the door. She ran off and she ran off. To this day, we still don't know what she ran off to. We'll probably never find out. But all I know is that baby, I like to call the baby Walker. I'll never forget in my life.